It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Kristi Lee, Josh Arnold, and Tom Griswold. And now, here's Tom.
Bob and Tom. Bob and Tom. Bob and Tom.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for joining us. We are, of course, in the Napa Auto Parts studios. Manning the controls over there, it's our engineer, Ace Cosby.
Hello, friends.
Proprietor of the Ace Cosby joke of the day, which will be coming up at some point soon. I'm very excited about that. That's Chick McGee at the Omaha Steak Sports Desk. I emphasize the Omaha Steaks part because today is Omaha Steak and Eggs Day here on the show.
Yummy.
Sidekick Josh Arnold right over there.
Hi.
Good morning, sir. And Kristi Lee at the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. This is Tom speaking. Welcome to the show. Glad to be here. We have a lot to get to today. I'll remind you, coming up, we are going to be discussing tattoos. We had an interesting study about tattoos that we'll be getting to, and Jess Hooker is going to be coming in today. She is tattooed. What do they call it? A sleeve?
Almost a sleeve. Yeah.
And Chick, a man of many tattoos. We're going to talk about the meaning of tattoos, but especially about tattoos that you thought of getting when you were really young and got and now regret. For example, we have our first letter.
Yes.
I had a W tattooed on each butt cheek.
No way.
I thought it was funny at the time, but not so much now.
This has got to be a guy.
It spells.
Wow.
Of course.
Of course, yeah.
Bend
Yes.
over. Boy, that is one rough idea. I'll bet that happened today.
Is that a guy? Please tell me that was a guy.
Oh,
If I would have gotten a tattoo when I was 18, it might have been like Spider-Man or Batman or something like that.
I would have gotten like a
pretty
disco ball or something.
sure.
I
well,
mean,
by the way, it's just as on a,
Jeez.
you might want to know this. If you like Spider-Man, you can get a little picture of Spider-Man, put it in your wallet.
yeah.
Whenever we want to see it, you can look at it.
So you never.
keep saying that.
Yeah.
Or if you want to show people Spider-Man, hey, look, here's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't have it tattooed on my ass.
So you never, ever thought about getting a
I think
tattoo?
there might be an occasion. Like I said, 4 of my 7 kids have tattoos. So far, my 12-year-old, 6-year-old, and 3-year-old don't.
Yeah.
Because fortunately, that's illegal.
Do you like any of your older children's tattoos?
No, hang on. Do you like any of your older children?
Just a fair question.
No one says 25. That's a good age. Isn't that a great
Yeah.
age?
I think they do. No one says 13. Great age. I think anyone who teaches middle school, there should be some kind of special bonus every year for getting through it.
What is that creepy movie where that kid never grows up? The Tin Drum or something, isn't that?
Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
he refuses to grow up. He
now, here's a guy writes,
binds his feet.
Dear Bob and Tom, I got my birthday and social security number tattooed on me
That's a good idea.
when I was 18. Not sure why.
I'm at the beach. I stole a guy's social security number. I'm him now.
The final thing is, I was 18 and a complete idiot.
Oh, my.
You guys have heard this story before. I was in line at the cafeteria a few years ago, and a guy had one of those price codes tattooed in the back
A
of his neck.
barcode?
Yeah, barcode. Yeah,
And now
whatever they're called.
don't undersell how happy this guy was to have this tattoo and share it with anyone who wanted to ask.
But I had to ask.
Of course you did.
Because it's so unusual. It
Yeah.
was kind of behind his ear, but down a little lower right there. And so I said to him, just out of curiosity, what is that the price code of? And he goes, it's my brand of cigarettes. Marlboro Red Box.
Wow.
And he goes, if you scan it, it still works. Now, I would think with various growth issues, it may eventually not. Well, who knows? But
Who knows?
Does it? Okay, I have a question. So does the price change because they changed the code somewhere so that it would
sure.
be?
Because the store would enter the price code in, so presumably wherever he went, although I doubt if too many merchants would be too keen on scanning that instead of his pack of cigarettes.
Oh, I'd do it. If you were a cashier, come on. You would
Get a
want
little
to do
bored.
that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
So in any event, we're looking for terrible tattoos that you
I'm
had.
surprised Josh doesn't have a tattoo at this point.
Yeah, I've never really been interested.
Because, see, here's the thing, and I think where Chick's going is you actually were a school teacher in South Korea.
Yeah,
Whereas most people that have Asian language tattoos you got them at the mall that have no experience with them and don't really know what they mean.
I briefly considered...
Is there some famous South Korean phrase?
Josh, go home, something like that.
Yeah, that was said a lot.
Is
but
there some famous phrase, words of wisdom in the Korean
Live,
culture?
laugh,
there
love.
was a symbol that briefly considered getting on very small on
Right.
the inside of my forearm. And
Yeah.
it was the symbol essentially just meant sort of thumbing your nose at authority. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll get something like that, and then I went, why would I? No, I don't need a tattoo.
Then you got to explain it to people.
Yeah, and eventually
No
I'll
one's
go,
going to
well,
walk
that's
up and
not-
go, "Oh my God, does that mean thumbing your nose at authority? Please take my patties off."
Yeah, exactly. It didn't matter. And then any other
This
things.
is an adult woman
Yeah.
with an
Of
adult
course.
relationship.
Yes,
Like
yes.
I'm
Not a
passionate
baby woman.
about a lot of things, but I just buy a T-shirt.
Yeah.
So
Okay, but there are some terrible tattoos that people have gotten over the years. We'd like to hear
sure.
about them.
Remember the Pink Panther one? That
Oh, the mowing the lawn one?
mowing the lawn into your
Pubic
behind?
area.
Right
That's
into
a
the-
great
That's a
tattoo.
classic.
right
area.
into the crack.
Shave. Yeah.
Oh, Elmer
you-
Fudd chasing Bugs Bunny into the crack. Remember that?
Have you ever, in your trials and tribulations, come across, so to speak, a woman with a tattoo down there that you went, oh,
piercings.
oh, really?
Yeah, but not tattoos.
They don't warn you in advance?
No, I was not warned.
Do you warn if you're going for a physical with a new physician or medical professional, if you have something really unusual? Do you say, "Oh, by the way,
Be careful.
Ignore the
when you
Pink Panther.
when you look at my mommy parts, it's going to look like a shark mouth"? I mean, do you warn them or just let them discover that?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Hey, Doc, you ever seen a bull's nose?
A shark's mouth?
I just made that
That's-
up. Although God knows, everything else has been done. Ace, you don't have a tattoo, do you, Ace?
No, I was just thinking of a couple girls who have I've known who've had tattoos in the
In the
Area.
genitalia area. Mhm.
the end zone, as they call it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a tattoo there in
A
person.
4090s logo and a Ferrari logo.
Really?
Really?
Huh.
Interesting.
logo.
Not sure what that means.
I saw a guy at a restaurant a couple days ago. He took his gauges out of his ear, I guess.
That's rough. That's a rough look.
And the lobe is just flopping.
Yeah, I mean they're just saggy and
Yeah. Does it go back or
No.
No. I don't.
does it?
It's handy if you need to hold a whisk broom. And you're
right.
on the beach.
All right.
Do whatever you want to your body, but I think that's one of the things you're going to regret at some point, I think.
Yeah, that's some body mod that you're stuck with.
Yeah.
God, here's another guy that did the Social Security and his birthday.
Are these people afraid they forget?
I don't know. Oh my gosh, this is a lady, and she tattoo regret is the heading. So that's wow. I mean, your Social Security number. Would you put it at a place where you could read it in case they ask it?
Remember 25 years ago when you barely needed your Social Security number? You were asked about it maybe twice a year.
We had to have it at the cafeteria in school.
What?
In college.
Was it also your student number?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
You'd walk up.
There are some states where the Social Security number used to be on your
Your
driver's
driver's
That's
license.
exactly
Yeah, that
right.
was-
Yeah.
I'm not
I
sure if
remember
that
that.
may not be legal
We used to have
anymore.
contests, and part of the entry form was your Social Security number. Remember that?
Yep.
Remember it. I filed them all. I have them. Sorry. Yeah, there's a great Social Security number scene in Better Call Saul where he just makes one up on the spot. Remember that one? And she puts in a 0 instead of an O, an O instead of a 0, and something goes wrong. He's getting very nervous. Yeah, we've got a lot of bad tattoo ideas. Please send them to us. Here's one. One of my coworkers had a broom tattoo on his arm. Not a push broom like a janitor might have. A broom with straw bristles right there in plain sight. Unless he wore long sleeves, I have no idea what it meant.
Huh.
Maybe
Wouldn't
his,
you ask him?
maybe his
maybe-
father was a janitor or something.
Yeah.
His mother was a witch.
Oh, there you go.
Could have been a lot of those out there.
Maybe I'm going to sweep you off your feet. I don't know. Maybe there's some
the
line
romantic
associated with it.
Also announced yesterday, I think these are regional. The Hy-Vee grocery store chain now has
HYVEE.
Patrick Holmes Crunch. Mahomes Crunch.
God, I love stuff like that.
Mahomes, Tom.
My man.
That's the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback has his own cereal.
Don't you
now.
love that? Wouldn't you like your own cereal?
Ah.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What
I would have to think about what it would be.
Here's the thing, though. I think we'd all have very different cereals. Mine would be a combination of grape nuts and shredded wheat, raisins and.
Still working on that dinette table, that dinette set with
Mine
the
would
table
be,
legs?
But when you're a kid, it would obviously be Frosted Flakes,
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Raisin Bran?
What would your cereal
As
be?
a kid.
Well, Kristi, yours would be what? Raw lumber?
Now?
Ground
I'm a big
sawdust?
plain
Hey, yours
Cheer-
is pretty close.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to you.
Don't
I-
fib. What's your cereal at home right now?
Pumpkin flax and Cheerios. Plain Cheerios.
Pumpkin flex?
Flax seeds.
And you
Oh,
put,
okay.
what do you do? Put water on that?
No, I put a little almond milk on that. Maybe some raisins.
You don't
You know how many
Maybe
almonds?
Oh, it's
You know
such a
many-
joyless morning.
Wake up to a joyless, tasteless morning.
I enjoy it very much.
What I
there's
could
a
use is
vanilla
a loud,
crunch.
droning sound and perhaps a lot of humidity.
You are judging my cereal?
Well, I don't know what I'm saying. I just finished a delicious bowl of shredded wheat and grape
See?
nuts. I
Wow.
love
Not
it.
just any shredded
Get a
wheat,
big
though.
box of Griswold's gravel today.
What do you do to the shredded wheat, Tom, every morning? God, I love this story.
You put it in a baggie, then you take that hammer you have, and then you start beating the baggie.
Meat tenderizer? Is that what
the
it
meat
I have
tenderizer.
scissors. I have, my Cutco scissors.
Oh, yeah.
I have those in the
I
kitchen.
used my Cutcos this morning.
I have
So did I.
knives in the kitchen. I don't have a hammer in the kitchen.
I don't either.
Sliced
I don't
off
see
my
the need
socks
for
this
a-
morning.
Sliced off your socks this morning.
Hang on. Time out. You do what with your... He sure does. Okay.
Why did you do that?
So you took what essentially crew socks and made them ankle socks?
Yeah, uh-huh.
You know they sell them like that.
Yeah.
Is this a real thing?
You
That's my new thing.
need to borrow a couple bucks?
You don't. So wait a minute. You
need
don't
a couple
like.
bucks?
You don't like your calves being constricted.
Exactly. I find that most socks constrict too much at the top.
So instead of buying like ankle socks or no-show socks like I have on, you cut off your regular sock
Okay. With your Cutco scissors.
With my Cutcos.
every morning? Don't
Usually.
they eventually all unravel?
That's
once
what
you-
I was going to say.
Yeah.
And the
It
elastic
takes a
falls
long
down.
time. It's my tribute.
Okay, I'll say this again. About 90% of what I talk with Tom on the air, I mean, we've known each other
Yeah.
pretty close, 30 years, but we decided long ago that agreeing is boring. Are you okay? I mean, seriously, I'm genuinely.
No,
this
no,
is
no.
Howard Hughes type stuff.
What is this
you're
your
doing
tribute to?
The famous basketball player that the
now. Pete Maravich, the saggy
Maravich,
socks.
saggy socks.
Well, no, he didn't cut them off.
No, he just-
let
No,
him-
I'm
he
kidding.
Just let him
No, but I
droop.
can see why he liked them because I don't like to have the constriction that most socks give you up top. So I just
Gotcha.
Okay, once again, I'll tell you, they sell them that way.
They sure
no,
do.
but they still grip too much on the calf.
There's something that will never get near your calf. Mine. Yeah, I don't. These are. What?
Yeah, get
They're-
those kind. Those.
they
Those
don't-
are the kind I've got on.
I don't like the store-boughts.
Okay.
Well, those are store bought.
I'm just trying to see how much
Hang
I
on.
enjoy my Cutco scissors.
Hang on. How many pairs of socks have you done this to?
I do it all the time.
Like a year? You've been doing this a year?
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Years?
Fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, people take everything as it comes instead of saying I can change this and make it more me.
Do you cut them while they're off, or do you?
I've heard that.
Now, that is a great question.
Because you want to know,
Yes, I used to cut them when they were off, but then they'd be too uneven.
right?
Wait a minute.
No,
So
I really-
now you cut them
Cut
while
'em while
they're
you're-
on your leg?
No. Now you. I'm sorry. I used to cut them when they were on.
Yeah, then they'd be
Forgive me.
uneven, right?
Yes. Now you take them. You just go.
Yeah, right.
Lay
Straight
them
across.
together so they're equal.
No.
Oh,
So one
at a
might be
time.
higher than the other.
I eyeball it.
Oh, I can't do that. My OCD would kill me.
I eyeball it. I don't know. Cutting two together, you're not going to get a nice.
I've
even
said this before, but I've never meant it more. Get some help.
I don't need help. They're my socks.
I wouldn't do that with
You
my
know-
Cutcos. Do you guys like me with the cut? Like, oh, that's not good enough to cut
Yeah.
with my Cutcos.
Oh, absolutely.
No,
You're not going to see me cutting pizza with
I
my
cut,
Cutco.
Right,
things,
exactly.
I cut things with the Cutco that I used to cut with regular scissors. And I go, remember how bad, awful this was to try to get your scissors? And
I can't believe that when
Yeah.
Chick one day said he had Cutco scissors money. I thought, oh boy.
they're $100
Yeah.
Well,
a pair.
I'm happy
Couldn't
to
believe
know
it.
that you have I can cut my socks every day money. That's nice
Yeah.
of you. That's
no,
good.
they
Because
last just
don't-
as long. I don't.
They do, honest to God.
Yeah.
They don't just
And-
unravel.
Yeah, they do eventually, but then I like them that way.
So do you?
Looser the
You
better.
take the tops and use them as sweatbands?
There you go.
I should probably give them to Donnie Baker.
Yeah.
Yes.
You should.
Just toss them, but I guess I'm the only one, huh?
I really.
Oh, look, did you hear him? I guess I'm the only
See,
one.
and this is another thing that bothers me about you. You talk about this psychotic behavior like it's normal and we all should be doing it.
Like a lunatic would.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's
See, I
good.
fold mine
Well, don't-
downtown.
Don't you?
No, but there's still too much.
Ace wears the high socks no matter what. Yeah.
Too much.
Isn't
Too
that
much
good
elastic?
for your cardiovascular
Just
stuff?
remember how I don't wear T-shirts either?
Yes.
All right. We need a poll, Baba Lugats. Let's go here.
Claustrophobic.
A new poll on the bottom is.
Feel like it's choking you?
Yeah. I don't
Do you
wear
think
T-shirts.
this is crazy behavior? Tom cuts the tops off his socks every morning.
I've never heard this
Well, no, I mean,
before.
not if I'm got a pair that I've already.
Only the new pair, yeah.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We are live in the Napa Auto Parts Studios. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming at some point today. Of course, I'm talking about the Ace Cosby joke of the day, which requires, of course, the presence of our engineer, Ace Cosby. As Ace often says, I don't get talking money.
And yet he talks and talks and talks.
I got no Cutco scissors.
Maybe I'll have someone get you possibly.
Why don't you give one of your pairs to him? You've got to.
That would be a kind gesture.
Actually, I didn't want to tell anyone I had two pair. But if I gave him a pair, I'd only have one pair. So
you got
I
a
can't
pair
do
of
that.
you got a pair of upstairs Cutcos and a pair of downstairs Cutcos?
Yes, even though I really don't have an upstairs or a downstairs.
No, he has a pair that's in the kitchen, and he has a pair for opening Amazon
Packages.
and Zappo
Packages.
boxes.
Packages. You can't do that barehanded.
That's probably going to go dull.
You could use a key.
No, I use my Cutco scissors.
All right.
Not a sponsor, just a friend.
Why aren't they?
We
a
have
spot?
we have that's the voice of Jess Hooker. We have Kristi Lee right over there.
Hi.
We've been talking tattoos. We'll get back to that in just a second. Thanks again to Omaha Steaks for the delicious Omaha Steak and Eggs breakfast.
Man, just
it's
great.
great.
Do the same thing next week.
That gift package is ridiculous.
Now,
Can you make the dessert?
Oh, the caramel tartlets, the apple.
and these are all excellent ideas.
Doesn't that sound like a
Ace
little
Cosby.
What is this, a joke? Are you joking? This is a joke, right? What are you, from a radio station?
Been talking about tattoos all morning.
Oh, yeah.
And locations, always important.
Yeah.
Say, for example, if you were to get a tattoo of a baby cow, where would you put it? On your calf.
All right.
You know,
That ties in two things. We've been talking about calves.
I've come
and we've
full
been talking
circle
about
on this.
tattoos.
I'm certain he writes these now.
Now that one, I would put money on the fact that he wrote that.
Yeah.
Fine
I
joke.
bet you $50 you wrote that. Yeah.
Okay.
I liked it.
It just came to him.
I liked it very much. Thank
It's
you
very
much.
timely.
Now,
Didn't care for it.
once again, we've been
hard
doing
pass.
tattoo talk, and the question is, if when you were 18, if you could have gotten a tattoo, or if you did in fact get one, what would you have gotten, or what did you get, and do you regret it?
And we had a landslide of social media.
A
people.
lot. Do you remember the No Fear eyes? Do you remember that ad? Josh,
Yeah,
you
I do.
probably do. A lot of people, I had 3 people say that they're so glad that they didn't get that. The album covers was a big one too. Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood.
Man, somebody would get that tattooed.
That's
that's what they
fairly
said.
elaborate.
Oh, yeah.
If I remember right, it is, yeah.
Asian characters and barbed wire was a big one too. A lot of people said they're so glad they didn't get that.
That's because it's so common.
Darla from Twitter said that she wanted the 7-Up dot.
Oh, remember those?
Yeah.
The sunglasses? They would,
Yeah.
run,
Yes.
they would come off the can and run around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that wild? Another guy said he wanted a tattoo of Brooke Burke on his back.
Well,
She was very hot 20 years ago. That's
What was that
right.
show? She was on an E show for a long time.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, she's,
Brooke Burke? No.
it was super attractive, yeah.
One woman said when she was a teenager, she had wanted a Black Panther with green eyes holding a rose between its teeth right above her mommy ring.
All right.
She's really glad she didn't get it.
Yeah.
We have a comedian friend who still has possibly the worst tattoo of all time. I'm talking about Chad. Should we use his full name?
Sure.
Oh,
Chad
He
Daniels.
talks about it, yeah.
Yeah.
And
well,
as
how
I,
many other comedians are named Chad? I can't think of any.
it's complicated because he has, it's Chester Cheeto, whatever his name is.
Chester
Cheetah,
Cheetah.
yeah.
Chester Cheetah,
For Cheetos.
but he's wearing a jersey,
Herschel Walker jersey.
but it's Herschel when he played for
The Eagles.
the Eagles.
Yeah.
So kind of everything's wrong with it.
And it's
Couldn't be more wrong.
and it's also very poorly drawn.
Yeah, it's
which
also
is
not-
another aspect of it.
Right.
Because one thing about tattoo art, some of it, regardless of the content, often some of the art is very, very good.
Yes.
Often it is not.
Right.
Yes.
So those are two different categories. Most clever, best idea, whatever. Kristi, what did you think you'd get when you were?
I was just joking. I said a disco ball just because in
That's
the
what was happening then?
70s, that's what was going on. I wasn't a real cool kid.
Now, here we go. On the positive side, this comes from Joe. At 17, I joined the Army. While in Leesville, Louisiana, I got my girlfriend's name and mine tattooed with 2 hearts and a lock saying true love. Last month, we celebrated 44 years of marriage.
That's awesome.
Oh my
There
gosh,
you
love that.
Hey,
That
what
is
about
great.
that, huh?
That is
for them.
nice.
So that's the exception to the rule.
exception.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so.
Do you see this one that we put up on our website?
No, what does it say?
It's a lovely woman, and she's got a tattoo right here on the side of her stomach,
Right.
and it's got a big arrow pointing at her.
Mommy parts?
And then it says beer garage.
Beer garage.
Isn't that what that says?
Beer garage.
I don't. Yeah, it's hard to read. It's in a weird script.
There was another one that was submitted to us, and it is a rubber duck with a ball gag and dressed in leather, and someone got that tattoo. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's on our Twitter, on Bob and Tom Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. That first
Is
word it's not beer.
What is it?
It's boner.
It looked like beer to me.
Well,
Followed by
we got it. We got it. Thank you.
Garage, yeah.
Thank you for the clarification. Because beer
See, it's
garage,
really hard to
beer
read
garage
that.
would have been
no,
some
it
kind
really
It
is
does
hard
look
to
like
read.
beer.
It does look like beer.
It
Thank
looks
you,
like
Jess.
Exactly like beer.
Boner
Yeah.
of. You didn't tell me that it was huge.
I did tell you.
It's
like,
big.
Yes.
That's a
It's like
big
the whole
arrow.
the
It's her
whole
whole
side of her stomach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
She's very fit.
She's going to regret
Yeah, she's got a
that.
nice tan, smooth midriff.
Yeah.
She's having fun.
Now,
Yeah.
if you have that tattoo, do you warn your OBGYN when you walk in? Do you say something or let them just be pleasantly surprised?
That's what I want to know. OBs and what's the craziest tattoos they've seen down there.
No, does that violate HIPAA regulations?
Oh, yeah,
if
they wouldn't
were-
be able to tell.
Well, they
anybody.
wouldn't be able to tell
Who?
their names, yeah, but they
could-
I'm sure they want to tell somebody.
Yeah, that would be funny. They come home. How was your day at work, honey?
I don't think tattoos.
Well, I saw boner garage.
Yeah.
Arrow.
Okay, so now it's okay.
Tattoos shouldn't fall into HIPAA.
No.
I don't think.
What?
Yeah.
really?
But the private, I mean, I don't think you wouldn't go around going, man, my patient, Michelle Smith, has this boner garage tattoo.
Okay. Name change.
A lot of mistakes.
If your name is Michelle Smith, we sincerely apologize.
There are mistakes in that garage. That's what that refers to.
I'm glad that you could read that because I swore it said beer garage and I was a little confused.
Yeah, because you want to have
if you want-
to have
you
it
can hold a beer
factually
there.
accurate so that you understand.
But I'm sure a beer can would fit.
A garage. A garage. That explains the oil stain on her panties.
All right.
Look at the time.
Well,
With room to spare.
we'll be right back.
Okay, if you say so.
We have Star Wars news coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Watch the entire show live or on demand with the Bob and Tom VIP All Access Pass. Listen live with the Bob and Tom app and make sure to visit bobandtomstore.com. Tune in next time for more Bob and Tom Tonight.